The Outer Frontier. Book 2. The Frontier Origin. Chapter 3. The Silent World. The UES Pathfinder crossed the boundary of known space without ceremony. There was no warning beacon, no invisible line marking the edge of civilization. Only stars, exactly like every other region of the galaxy. For 8 days, nothing happened. The crew slowly relaxed. The mysterious transmission that had drawn them here began to feel less ominous with every uneventful shift. Perhaps it had been an ancient emergency beacon, forgotten by a civilization long gone. Perhaps a drifting probe. Perhaps nothing at all. Even Commander Alvarez eventually smiled. "I think we just spent a week chasing a ghost." Nathan Hale looked through the forward viewport. "I hope you're right." On the morning of the 9th day, Lieutenant Ishikawa broke the silence. "System detected." A yellow star appeared on the main display. 4 planets, 2 gas giants, an asteroid belt. Everything looked perfectly ordinary. No signs of conflict. No unusual radiation. No gravitational anomalies. No energy emissions. No active communications. Nathan folded his arms. Life signs. Negative. Orbital traffic. None. Civilian satellites. A pause. There are satellites, but none are transmitting. The bridge became quiet once again. As the Pathfinder approached the 3rd planet, details slowly emerged. Clouds, oceans, mountain ranges, forests, an atmosphere almost perfectly breathable for humans. Then, cities, dozens of them. Huge metropolitan region stretched across entire continents. Orbital elevators reached into the sky. Artificial islands glittered beneath the morning sun. The civilization had not been primitive. It had mastered its world. Dr. Evelyn Ross stared at the display. "My God," Nathan answered almost instinctively. "It's beautiful." Yet something was wrong. There were no aircraft, no ships crossing the oceans, no orbital launches, no radio traffic, no weather control systems, no industrial emissions. Nothing moved. A living world. Frozen. A shuttle descended toward the largest city. Nathan led the landing team himself. Commander Alvarez, Dr. Ross, Chief Engineer Malik Hassan, Dr. Aaron Pierce, and 4 security officers. Not because they expected danger, because exploration demanded caution. The shuttle settled onto what had once been a public landing platform. Its engines shut down. Silence. No wind. No distant machinery. No voices. The doors opened. Nathan stepped onto the surface. The air smelled clean. Almost too clean. He removed his helmet. The atmosphere was perfectly safe. Still, something felt profoundly unnatural. The streets were immaculate. Vehicles remained parked exactly where they had been left. Traffic signals continued cycling through colors despite the empty intersections. Decorative fountains still flowed. Power. The city still had power. Dr. Ross frowned. "How?" Engineer Hassan knelt beside an electrical access panel. "This grid should have failed days ago." He looked around. "It hasn't." The team advanced cautiously. Storefronts remained open. Meals rested untouched on restaurant tables. A child's toy lay abandoned in the middle of a sidewalk. An automated street cleaning machine continued its programmed route, passing silently beside them before disappearing around a corner. Nathan stopped. He watched the machine for several seconds. It's still following its schedule. Nobody answered. Inside a residential building, the scene became even stranger. Apartments were untouched. Books remained open. Clothing lay neatly folded. Music still played softly from one room. The recording skipped endlessly at the same damaged note. No struggle. No panic. No signs of evacuation. It was as though the inhabitants had simply stopped existing. Hours passed. The scientists searched every district they could reach. No bodies. No blood. No skeletal remains. No biological residue. Nothing. It was as though every living inhabitant had vanished at the exact same instant. Dr. Pierce finally spoke the thought none of them wished to voice. This isn't a mass casualty event. Nathan looked at him. No. Pierce swallowed. It's an absence. Near the city's central archives, they discovered the Planetary Communications Center. Most of its memory banks had suffered catastrophic corruption. Only fragments remained recoverable. Engineer Hassan connected portable systems to the surviving servers. Minutes later, one recording appeared. The timestamp identified it as the final public broadcast. The image flickered to life. Crowded streets. People looking upward. Confused. Some pointed toward the sky. Others began running. The camera shook violently. A child cried somewhere beyond the frame. Then, pure white. The recording ended. No explosion. No impact. Only white. Back aboard the Pathfinder, every sensor log from the planet was examined again. Radiation. Normal. Atmosphere. Normal. Microbiology. Normal. Magnetic field. Normal. Orbital mechanics. Normal. Nothing explained an entire civilization disappearing. Nathan stood silently before the tactical display. Commander Alvarez approached. "What are you thinking?" He answered without looking away. If someone attacked them, they erased every trace that they ever existed. Late that evening, while comparing recovered astronomical records with modern star charts, Dr. Ross noticed something unusual. "Commander," Nathan entered the science laboratory. "What is it?" She enlarged an ancient stellar map recovered from the planetary archives. Hundreds of neighboring systems had been carefully cataloged. Many were marked with symbols indicating trade partners. Others represented scientific expeditions. But along the outer edge, one region had been deliberately surrounded by warning glyphs. The translation software struggled for several minutes before producing a result. The room fell completely silent. The recovered text read, "Do not follow the dark stars." Below it appeared another line. Partially damaged. Only a handful of words remained. "They came." Static obscured the next section. Then from beyond, another gap. Finally, the night between galaxies. No one spoke. Nathan slowly traced the highlighted region with his finger. It pointed away from the Milky Way, toward the immense darkness beyond its outer spiral arm, toward the empty gulf separating one galaxy from another. Commander Alvarez broke the silence. "Do you think they were talking about pirates?" Nathan's eyes remained fixed on the ancient map. "No." His voice was barely above a whisper. "I think they were trying to tell whoever came after them where not to look." Outside the laboratory windows, the stars drifted silently across the darkness. For the first time since humanity had reached the stars, the galaxy no longer seemed like the destination. It felt like a refuge, and somewhere beyond its fragile spiral arms, something had once crossed the infinite void.